So far, we've talked about front-stage interactions and T-shaped skills. Now we're going to drill down a little bit more deeply on T-shapedness and the context of service work. Being T-shaped means being both broad, the top of the T, and deep, the stem of the T. It means being able to work and play well with others, understanding many disciplines, many systems. T-shaped people are ready to work in teams. They are excellent communicators. They are deep or specialized in at least one discipline and systems area, but with good teamwork skills for interacting with others who are deep in other disciplines and other systems areas. One of the challenges here is that there are many myths about the nature of service and services. One is that productivity in services is stagnant, which is because it depends critically on human labor, on those front-stage workers interacting with customers, making automation and standardization difficult. Another is that service jobs are bad jobs, low-wage jobs, not suited for technical folks. Another is that it is hard to measure improvement in service or in service quality. And the range of services to be studied is just too diverse to be studied systematically. All of these are easily refuted. Let's look at jobs and skills. If we look closely, what we find is that, in fact, the low-skilled service jobs, like certain call centers or, say, at McDonald's, only account for a very small fraction of the total number of service jobs. Somewhat more skilled jobs, like, say, childcare, account for a larger fraction. Yet even more highly skilled jobs, like managers, account for even more. And perhaps the most surprising, the most skills, the most autonomous service jobs make up the largest fraction of service jobs. Service jobs can be excellent jobs. And there is good reason for this. Jobs are actually changing over time. A study looked at the kinds of jobs that existed in the 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s. It found that certain kinds of jobs decreased over time, and other types of jobs increased. It is the effect of computers and other sorts of automation. Jobs that required routine or simple kinds of activities, activities that could be automated, were automated. And there was no longer any need for those kinds of jobs. But in their place, new jobs emerged that required more skills and more complex skills than before. Jobs that require expertise, jobs that require communication and coordination. It is not enough to just be deep in one area or to do one thing. You have to be able to work and play well with others. The effect of computers and automation is that ever more complicated needs emerge, and these require ever larger teams and ever more expertise. Automation may take some jobs away, but in fact, it ratchets up skill needs and creates the need for T-shaped professionals. Another way to say this is that certain jobs, certain tasks cannot be easily automated or standardized. These are jobs that require interactions between people and organizations, jobs that deal with ambiguity and unexpected situations. We might call these jobs tacit jobs because they require knowledge and skills that are implicit. They require T-shaped skills. A good example, a familiar example to me, is computer system administrators. For a number of years, my colleagues and I studied the work of computer system administrators. They're typical service workers and often require both front-stage interactions with customers and clients and backstage interactions within their own organizations and with their computational systems. These are the folks who keep big, giant computer systems running, like for banks or insurance companies or universities. One thing we found was that system administrators actually spend most of their time talking to one another, talking with their managers, talking with customers. Their jobs require they have deep computer skills and broad communication and coordination abilities. Another one of our findings was that their jobs cannot be easily automated. These are tacit jobs, requiring T-shaped skills. It is because interpersonal interactions are key. The proportion of tacit jobs, the number of interactions, is going up. It can no longer be about automating tasks, but about supporting human activities, interactions in tasks that cannot be automated. T-shaped skills are fundamental. In summary, service jobs require T-shaped skills. You have to be both deep and broad, able to solve problems and accomplish tasks in some domain, like, say, in computers, but also able to communicate effectively across disciplinary boundaries.